All right, welcome back in on this Weather Impact Alert Day. We want you to stay connected with the latest weather information. Great way to do that. We've been covering this all night long on WTOL11 Plus and on our WTOL11 YouTube page. You can also pull that phone out, scan that QR code. You get that free WTOL11 weather app, and we're going to keep you up to date if there are any alerts that are issued tonight. If you have those notifications enabled, we're going to send any alerts directly to you. Nothing showing as far as storms across our area right now, but I promise you it is coming. That will arrive overnight tonight between about 2 a.m. and 4 a.m. is when we're looking at our line of storms to enter into the area. Now, here's where they've been erupting much of the day. This is an area east central Illinois, western Indiana, where there's been numerous cells that have produced what looks to be several tornadoes. Now, I don't expect our tornado risk to be out there, anything that's going to be what unfolded earlier this evening, Illinois and Indiana. But there is a tornado watch, northern Indiana, until 2 a.m. No indication that's going to be extended into northwest Ohio, at least at this point. But it was one particular cell that worked across that area that did create what appears to be numerous tornadoes in Illinois and Indiana. Now, where our storm threat's going to be coming from, you see these clusters of storms out there towards Chicago. There are a few embedded, isolated, severe storms. And again, if you want that alert through the overnight hours, you go ahead and scan that QR code right there. It's a quick free download on that WTOL11 weather app. Quick slice through these storms, and they're not as impressive as some of the earlier storms. They're lower topped in the atmosphere, towering about 25 to 30,000 feet. So these would perhaps drive some gusty winds and small hail, but not an overall extreme or significant outbreak of severe weather. Now, these are going to be headed into our area. So this is the area of storms that's going to be rolling into northwest Ohio. So let me time it out for you. I expect it's going to make up some ground between now and 2 a.m., arriving into extreme western portions of our viewing area between 2 to 4 a.m. So right smack dab in the middle of the night is when that line of storms is going to push into northwest Ohio. So be prepared. I do think we are going to get some storms tonight. Some of the threats will be gusty winds, hail, and still can't rule it out. An isolated threat of a tornado could be a possibility. Record high, we had one on Monday, had another one for today. Back-to-back days, surging to 74 degrees. That is 2 days that has now put us in the record books. Now, much of the storming activity has been along and north of this warm front. Had a few isolated storms that developed in the more unstable air mass, but overall, there's actually been a lid, so to speak, on the atmosphere in this area, really that has prevented more additional storms from developing. And you see, it was kind of even a basic thing you maybe learned as a kid. When you get colder air clashing with warmer air, that's when you get a storm system like this that could create the potential of not only severe weather, but rotating storms overnight. Now, it is a lower risk, but I do expect that we are going to see gusty winds, some large hail that could be possible, and I still can't rule it out yet, an isolated tornado that could be possible. Hour by hour forecast. This is important for the timing. 2 a.m. That's when it arrives into northwest Ohio and southern Michigan between 2 and 4 a.m. That's when the storms work through. They could include some gusty winds, downpours, and even some small hail. And a few isolated storms, if they have that rotation still, could prompt some concern over tornadoes, although we do expect that it's a lower end risk. There will be some storms tomorrow morning, so you're going to wake right up to it. First thing in the morning, widespread storms could include downpours where localized flooding could be possible if we get 1 to 2 inches of rain that could come down just in the next 24 hours. Tough to pinpoint exactly where, but you get the point. It could be a soaker overnight with some loud storms working into the area. We'll carry that severe risk. Most areas going to hold steady, the upper 50s and lower 60s. We will be in the 60s first half of the day tomorrow, and then we plunge through the afternoon. We're actually going to drop back into the 30s and 40s late in the day. That storm threat will diminish tomorrow afternoon and evening. We drop back into the 40s for Thursday. Windy weather on Friday. There's your lower 50s, and then some ups and downs into the weekend. Look at Saturday, 44 to 68 on Sunday, another windy day Sunday, and then much cooler weather Monday and Tuesday of next week towards St. Patrick's Day.